The Sunken City is the name given to the site of a natural landslide which occurred in the Point Fermin area of the San Pedro neighborhood of Los Angeles. A slump in the land caused several beachside homes to slide directly into the ocean. The development of cliffside homes and exclusive bungalows was established in the 1920s by George Peck to attract people who wanted to live with a beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. The Los Angeles Times began reporting in May of 1929 extended details about a pending landslide. It was described as a large crack in the earth that created a very deep hole. It was 10 feet long, 3 feet across, in front of one of the homes. Owners signed a petition and endorsed a plan to have the city condemn the properties and buy them back to create a park within the area. By December of that year, the crack expanded to be 12 feet wide, up to 3.5 meters wide. This gap was expanding despite the city refilling the crack back in again and again. At its peak, the earth was measured moving 11 inches a day, and the crack continued to widen through the 1930s into the 1940s. The homes were never bought back, it was never turned into a park, and the crack continued to grow. They just kept putting things back in it. So in 1941, an earthquake hit the area, and it was believed that this earthquake would be the ultimate separation. But it did not affect the landslide. Continual rains, though, widened the crack another 8 feet, 2.4 meters. And ultimately, the crack caved in 5 full acres. As the land fell, it took several of the wood frame homes and the entire street to include red car rail tracks, sidewalks, and more. Homes near the collapse were relocated to other parts of the town, and the wrecked remnants of anything left above ground was demolished. In 1998, the critically acclaimed film The Big Lebowski filmed the scene of scattering Donnie's ashes in the Sunken City. You may have also seen it in 2015. It was featured in Season 1 finale of the series Fear the Walking Dead. The Sunken City has ultimately become a social media frenzy. People come here from all over the world to see it as a tourist attraction. Businesses in San Pedro have even named their businesses after the beach. There's a beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. You could catch that sunset at just the right time, overlooking remnants of concrete foundations, curbside sanitation, and piping from the neighborhood that once thrived here and collapsed via the San Pedro cliff. Today, going there is extremely discouraged. If you're caught trespassing in the Sunken City, you could face a fine of $1,000. The place is officially blocked off from the public. Illegal access has been made through a small hole in the fence that separates the public from the hiking trail that leads to the attraction. Now, locals have unsuccessfully lobbied to open the San Pedro ruins to the public, but no concessions have been made at the time of the recording of this podcast. So if you're ever in the San Pedro area and you do have an opportunity to take a glimpse of the Sunken City, I hear it's something to behold. But I wouldn't know. Never been there yet. These are interesting things with JC.